Hey everybody. So, first of all, thanks a lot for those who asked about me without mentioning any names. Thanks a lot for asking where I am because I haven't shown any news of me and my projects for the last few months or weeks. I don't know. And the first of all problem is that I haven't done anything interesting to mention in a whole video. Maybe I could make something just to rumble around and say anything again that comes in my mind, but I wasn't so much motivated. I have a broken down ex-boss friend, kind of, uh, who lost everything. I had to help him somehow organize a new home for him and new stuff. And more than that, it's pretty damn hot here in Germany, and even when it's outside, okay, but here inside my shop or place, or call it whatever you want, it's pretty damn hot, so you can't breathe here inside. Just got sweaty, and with all that dirt and stuff you have that you can't get rid of, even if you clean, you make water everywhere and just won't work. Hey, don't care about those fenders, they are for this motorcycle. Just put them there, not to let them lay down on the ground. So there are a few problems here around on the property here because other neighbors, they just put a lot of cars in the way, so you can't drive inside, outside. And the owner of the place just warned us all to move or remove any vehicle that stays on the outside ground here in our property. So I had to remove. They put just, if you can see that red sheet up there on my trailers, I had to remove it, and where we go with it, I just brought it here inside, and it takes so much place. And last week I just worked on my registration plate here, how to call it, the numbers plate. It wasn't made pretty well, and here around what they do, they steal them and they use them to go for fueling cars. Here in Germany, you fuel your car and then you go inside to the shop to pay for that. So they steal them and they use them to fill their cars, and then they run away and they don't pay. So that's why I don't want to put my trailer on the street, on the outside. But now I just glued it, and it will take you a half an hour to take that thing off. So that's why now I'm confident to put it outside. And I mounted properly those lights and a little bit of work on the trailer maybe. But it's just half an hour a week. So it gets pretty damn hot here inside, and you can't breathe, you can't do anything with all that dust here that you can't read off. Even if you clean and you put water on the ground, it won't work. It just comes from I don't know where. And yeah, so today I backed a little bit the hot rod or rat rod, and then I backed even the VN8, the accident VN800A. I wanted just to work a little bit on it and make an image for what I want again. And what I've done in between on the hot rod is that I made the steering. I don't know if you can see that really. So I used the chain. So I had to turn the steering box here, or gear, how to call it, to the front. So normally this one goes to the steering wheel, so it faces to the back. And this is, I don't know, the exact, really technical name for it, but it sits normally in the Suzuki Samurai on the front side of the axle, and it pushes to the rear. So it don't sit here on the rear, so it sits on the front, I think, yeah. So that's why it's impossible to me to put it somehow in this direction, in the normal direction, and get the wheels to turn around the way they should be, you know. So I had to find another way. Putting on the right side, the neighbor here did the same, and it didn't work. It worked, but there was a lot of play here on the steering wheel. You have to turn one half a turn just to get the wheels move a little bit. But, you know, I managed to get it. The problem, I used the bicycle, the actual problem, I used the bicycle chain here. And I feel that it is not strong enough to hold all that resistance, you know, and power. So here I have rubber on rubber, both sides. So it's pretty hard to steer, but I'm gonna try just to show you that it works. You know, just to give an idea. It was pretty loose here, and when you just push it to turn, what happens is that the chain jumps, and that's not good. So you have steering wheel not facing the front anymore, and you know, it sucks. So I just pushed this rod here in between just to keep loose both units, the one I made with the bearings inside, and it goes to the steering wheel. You know if you can see it really here, and the steering box or gear, just to keep the distance between them. It's pretty snug fitted, or how to call it, pretty tight, pretty too much tight for the chain even, but it's just pushed there to allow me to move the car here, you know, and there. But it won't stay this way. I will change it anyway later. But the same system I will use, because I really want it very hard. It's very, very bad how to call this steering gear. And yeah, the engine is mounted, as you see. Still have to finish it. I am working a little bit on the exhaust. This side, they will continue to the rear, and they will blow here to the outside, maybe on the tire or to the outside, I don't know. I think when I blow on the tire, they just hit the tire, and that's a good thing. I think, I know it's very bad, if it's very bad or not. So this is the left side, driver side, and this is the passenger side. It will do the same, just go. It will be not a side pipe on the outside here, but side pipe inside, under the frame, you know, and just blows here. I have to find something pretty. I don't want to make it straight open, you know, just I want to make in between some kind of, you know what I mean. I don't want it to be very loud and, you know, like racing car or something, how to call that. And yeah, so yeah, more than that, I don't really do much. I don't know if I showed you already my new gauges. I thought I bought them with black inside, but they are white. The old speedometer is white anyway, so it works. I have to manage how to get this transparent plastic to make it chrome the same way. You know, a bigger key will come here. Key thing, how to call it, ignition. So I have to make the hole a bit bigger. I will make my stick a bit higher too, to make it more rat roddy, and you know, the left wheel, I don't know, but by building that I managed somehow to put the axle a bit to the right. I can't see that even here. So this piece here, it goes a bit to the right. I don't know it was how it worked, but it's okay. What I'm gonna do, because when suspension here moves, it just to touch the tire. So I have to make a spacer here on this wheel, just the driver's side rear wheel, and I will make it a bit 3 or 4 centimeters, or how to call it, 1 inch or 1.5 inch maybe to the outside, you know. Hopefully that helps, and I think it will help. I had a bit of, you know, like everybody who builds his own car, hard times making this Ackerman theory just to make the wheels turn properly every time, and I managed to make it work somehow. Here I used bicycle pedals that I cut here. This one I cut, the other one welded it there. Everything's still just tack welded right now, just to have it working, you know, and later I will, you know, weld it properly in a later time, because I have to remove everything and weld it on the table. It's not that easy, you know, to work on under the car. And you know, don't forget I have a how to call it, a handicap on my right leg and knees, so I can't go more, you know, I can't lay down anytime and move so fast. And I had that corner, so I have to turn. This is ugly too. I don't find, maybe this way. Yeah, as I said, thanks a lot again for asking about me, and I'm there still rocking and rumbling. All what I do is just winter work. I have my little buddy here, my friend, that helps me to go through the winter. But in the summer you can't do anything here. It's pretty hot, and you can't die here inside. You know, I'm just opening my door, and today is okay. It was raining since yesterday. It was raining, and we have about, how many degrees? Where is my thermometer here? I say it in Celsius. About 27, exactly 27 Celsius here inside. It's pretty much. You know, to work in a closed space without moving air, and if you think that the ventilator or fan, or how to call it there, will help, you're wrong. The thing won't help, just you have to stay here. Yeah. And no, just figuring out a little bit about this VN 800. I wanted to ride it this summer, but I didn't manage to finish it. You know, the worst side is the right side, because when I fell over, it was on my right side. I got the slide, and you know, the air cleaner cover here, the exhaust, they were pretty expensive, and you know. And the next problem why I don't make so much even is I kinda ran out of money. I didn't run totally out of money, but I figured out that I lost first of all the job that I had as a welder, where I had pretty good payment every month, and now I'm making a helper work for packaging and stuff. You know, I build wood boxes to store mirrors and stuff, you know, and I'm not getting enough money, how to say, just to finance all these hobbies I have, you know. So I'm just taking it easy. I'm still able to afford my rental here, my home, my stuff, my fuel, my other Mercedes, you know, and stuff, insurances and all the bills I have every month. But it's okay, enough, but I can't afford more parts for hot rods or building the other 34 Opel frame hot rod General Motors, or one or second motorcycle, you know. It's, you know, it's a pretty hard time for everyone. For me personally, it's not because of COVID-19, but you know, it's job thing, and In the beginning, as you know, I had even the ads on the YouTube channel, and I wanted to become a YouTuber, and I built Hot Rod and financed it from the YouTube incomes and stuff. But it didn't work, you know. I had the minimal amount of money they give you every year. It was about $100 a year. So it was funny, you know. So that's why is my YouTube channel a little bit of variety. I make cooking, German videos. I make hot rods, motorcycles, riding, camera, gears, building. I make everything you can do, so just to reach more variety of public and viewers. But it didn't work in the end, so I gave up. And I'm not that kind of guy who begs for money, just can you help me and give me, and please, if you support me, and go to PayPal. And I'm not that kind of guy. No, it's just bullshit thing. So I just make my own thing, and it's just a hobby in the end. If I can afford it, I do it. If I can't, I just let it rest for the moment, you know. Yeah, heat, money, and health, and you know, everything comes together sometimes. But maybe soon we'll get better, and the weather goes, you know, direction autumn and then winter, so you can move and make and stuff. I work better in the winter. You can make yourself warm here inside and stuff, but when it's pretty warm here like now, or the last of weeks and month, it's just the hell here inside, so you can't do anything. Yeah, as I said, I want to finish somehow this motorcycle, but I didn't stop working on the hot rod. I did today and yesterday some stuff. Yesterday I made this passenger side pipe, exhaust pipe, you know, and today I cleaned up a little bit. I packed it, as I said in the beginning of the video, and I started touching the motorcycle a little bit. Sometimes when I buy something for the other VN800B, I just try to do it, and I have to take it apart first of all, because it has pretty much rust under the frame and stuff, and many rusty parts. And yeah, the rear wheel still a car wheel on that motorcycle, you know. In the front I don't have an axle for the wheel, you know, and it's pretty much stuff to do out there on it. And yeah, I got some grips here, as you can see, same as the VN 1500, but the other ones are white and they look always shitty, dirty, so I got them in a shitty color this time, because I'm sure if I get them white they will be shitty, so I got them already shitty. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know, I want to build my own fuel tank, but I'm not sure. Maybe I will buy one. These peanuts tanks, they cost about 120 euros, and then you have to work on it and to buy that sealing for, how to call it? Sealing? No, sealing is that here, what's above my head. That stuff here to avoid it from rusting the inside, and painting and fitting it, and they come without a filling cover, you know, so you have to build one somehow, to buy one somehow, you know. So I'm thinking about building my own thing. One other thing is that this cross member on the frame here, it sucks. And I don't know if you know, here in Germany we have that inspection and stuff, and they don't allow you to modify any damn little thing on the frame, at least what they can see, like chopping the frame, like in the United States or Canada, or I don't know, somewhere else in the world, even some parts of Germany like Belgium and Holland, you know, Netherlands and Poland, and I know they can't chop the frames, make choppers, build their own stuff. But here in Germany it's pretty damn complicated, so you can't go through that, you know. And you can't even drill a hole. So for another motorcycle tank fittings and stuff, maybe I have enough screws here and you know what I mean here about threads and stuff, so maybe I can mount it the way the frame is, but I have to cut some stuff like this thermostat mount here. I have to take that off, but you can't drill holes on a motorcycle or car frame here in Germany. You're not allowed. It must be 100% original. I can cut this one and make another one that is flatter, that is, you know, deeper, but in that the actual problem is that many VN800 drivers, very smart guys of them, I don't mean all, they go to these inspection guys and they say, hey, I want to mark my motorcycle bumper, so I want to cut this one to make it lower. Is that allowed? They say no. And the next time when you go to inspect your motorcycle, they tell you, did you do that? And the next guy with the VN800, they tell him, take off the seat, we want to see if this one is cut. Normally they check your brakes, your exhaust, your lights, and they say it's okay, but because some smart guys, now they check everything, you know. So, but I am sure if I make a seat, if I make that kind of seats here, those bobber seats, with springs on the bottom and stuff, so they will want to check underneath it. But if I build a kind of original looking seat, you know, that I make my own stuff, it will cover everything, so they won't think about that. And if I do that, I can't make a moving fender, you know. I wanted to make on this wing arm a fender that's, you know, that Indian Larry style, New York style. I don't know if I have a picture here from the DDO or stuff. You know, the Indian Larry kind of motorcycles with a small CC power with the tag here and lights and stuff. That's what I wanted to do. But if I make another seat that's not this style of seats, I won't be able to make a moving fender, you know, so I have to make a fender mounted to the frame like the original one, and then, yeah, still not sure, maybe I will change the whole style of the motorcycle. Yeah, that's it. I think we are about half an hour now. So here I am, still alive, healthy, kind of. And a lot of stuff to do, but I don't have the time, the weather, and the money for it. I wish you have a nice and great weekend, and yeah, I'm going just home right now, and I will try to upload the video. It's half an hour, about half an hour. It will take 3-4 hours, and then you will have it by the beginning of Sunday, I think. Depends where you are in the war. So have a great week and see you next time. Stay safe, healthy, and strong. Keep rocking.